Alright, so good reach forward, good rotation on both sides, and your body is staying pretty level, so decent streamline. This is pretty good. I think the improvements for you are going to be a lot of the underwater stuff, because in technique wise here this looks pretty relaxed and pretty streamlined. You could try to bring your arms around a little quicker on the arm recovery, but that's that's something you just play around with. The major kind of speed improvement is the underwater technique. You are reaching kind of just in front of your head. Not bad, but if you could make sure when you're extending forward that your arm stays off to the side, especially on the left, so your arm never goes in, or your hand never goes in front of your head. Your hand would be in front of your shoulder when you're extending forward. Yeah, so you're doing a straight arm pull with both arms. So the issue with the straight arm pull is that it's not until you're about a third of the way into the stroke where you're really pulling water forward, or excuse me, pulling your body forward. So the first third of the stroke is more or less just pushing water down. Another thing, if you look at your feet, you can see that a lot of folks that have a running background or don't have a swimming background have somewhat inflexible ankles, and there are times where you kind of want your toes pointed. Well, you do want your toes pointed ultimately in swimming, but a lot of folks your feet are sort of pointing down a little bit. So something you could try in swimming is actively pointing your toes. However, when you do that, your chances of having a calf cramp go up. The reason you want your toes pointed is so that when you're kicking, you get a real sort of flipper effect with your foot, whereas if your toe is pointed down, you're not getting that effect. But one arm drill, catch-up drill, doggy paddle drill will be helpful with working on the catch technique. The other aspect of it will be swimming regularly. Make sure you can swim at least twice a week, and preferably 3 times a week. So the line you're pulling back is good, and your entry is really pretty good. It's just occasionally when your hand goes right in front of your head. So the line that you're pulling back, or the path that you're pulling back, is fine. So hand entering might be a little far extended, or you could enter a little closer to your head, but that's not bad. And you could be maybe a little more on your side, so a little more rotation. But if you look at your upper arm and your forearm here, you see how it's just one line. Other thing I'm noticing, so your hand is pivoted outward, so you're losing a little pull with your hand pivoted externally like that. So the issue is that first part of the stroke just pushed water down. And if you can do the high elbow catch or early vertical forearm, then you will push water back or pull your body forward, which is what you want to do. So the pull, high elbow, it starts with the shoulder. You rotate your shoulder inward and sort of roll the shoulder, and then your elbow will rotate externally, and you try to get your hand and forearm to go vertical compared to the bottom of the pool as early as possible. So if you look at these first 3 slides or so, 1, arm is pushing straight down, 2, arm still going mostly straight down, 3. Now you can see that your arm is starting to go back just a bit, and this fourth one, so that first 3 slides, or the first third of the stroke, mostly pushing down. So you'll get a lot of bang for your buck, as they say, by just improving that part of your stroke. Everything else looks pretty good, looks pretty smooth, so I think that'll be your #1 fix. And then you follow through pretty well on this arm as well. So I hope that all helps.